Hi, everybody. How is everybody tonight? I'm Norma. Glad everybody could be here. Waiting on Echo to get here. Let's see if Echo comes in. I'll text her and tell her I'm live so she can. Hello. Please say hi. There she is. Hello, hello. How are you?
No, I forgot to turn my YouTube off, so I was going to be echoing really bad. So I just did that. I said, "Oh yeah, I have to do that."
Yep, that helps.
Mm, definitely.
Yep. So, how are you tonight?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing pretty good. My house is quiet for a little while.
Yeah.
We hope anyway.
Well, unless
Unless the
Buster
dog or the
decides.
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless his little buddy comes out again, but I don't know if he will or not. It's getting late, so hubby's upstairs. I don't know if he's asleep or watching TV. So never know about him. Ooh. Is the baby still there?
We put her to bed.
Yeah, put
My
her to
daughter.
bed.
Yeah, my daughter wanted to stay while we were on the chat or on the live, so put
Oh,
the baby to
okay.
bed. I don't know if she'll probably spend the night again since she's already in bed.
Uh huh. I heard her back there.
Hmm. Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to sleep with y'all talking.
Well, hopefully some join us tonight. This is a good topic, especially since it's summertime.
Definitely.
A lot of people,
Are
4th of
you
July coming
tuned in?
up.
You're tuned in?
All the
Okay,
good
good.
stuff coming up.
That's two people are watching. Okay, so hopefully me and you and somebody else. And I
Yeah.
texted Ron. No, I'm not watching it. No, on your phone? No, I'm texted Rhonda. Oh, okay. Well, it's me and somebody else. Yeah, which is wonderful. I don't know who the other person
Yeah.
is. I don't know who it is either, but I'm glad
Well,
somebody
you
is.
say hi.
Hi,
You can
hi,
talk to
hi.
us. We won't bite. I promise.
Comment in the chat. Let us know
Let us know.
where you're watching us from.
Yep.
My house. We've been forgetting to do that. And that one night I had somebody from New Zealand. Was it New Zealand? Scared them away. And one
Oh,
from Canada.
wow.
We
Well,
scared them
that's nice.
away. Uh,
Well,
they didn't want to say where they're from. Okay, you don't have to say where you're from.
you don't have to tell us anything. Just watch. We don't care.
You
You
don't
don't
have
have
to use
to.
your name. You don't have to tell
Yeah.
us where you're calling from
You
or
don't
where
have,
you're watching from.
we promise. We won't bother you. We just like to get on here and chat mostly. I'll text Mary. I don't know if she's home or not. I haven't looked out today. It's been too hot to go out today.
1,000 degrees in South Georgia. My daughter said it's 1,000 degrees here in South Georgia. Probably
Yeah.
about 97 with the.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
as hot as it's been here. But it's still pretty warm to be outside doing anything, especially. Um, I'll text her hello and see if she answers me first.
Well, right now it says it's 100 degrees at 7:35 in the evening. It's 100 degrees. Feels like 101.
Okay. Well, we're 84, so we ain't too bad. So let me see what
Tomorrow
it
it's
feels
supposed to get
like.
up to 100 as well.
No, it says it feels like 84, so
It's hot.
it was 90 something earlier. So it's come down some. It's supposed to start getting cool here again, so we'll see. Hello.
Hello. Oh, you said hello? Okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like not being able to see the chat.
I know. You have to get on your phone and watch, and so you can see the chat.
Oh,
That's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I do when you do it. I get on my phone so I can see the chat.
Okay. Wait, I should turn my
Or
volume.
when I'm, yeah,
It's the lake.
because if I'm up there, I can't see it, so I get on my phone to see who's if anybody says anything, so I can talk to them. So it ain't like we're ignoring you. It's just
Right,
the only one that can see the chat is whoever's doing the live. So
right. And we're not good enough at it yet to be
no,
looking at the chat, and looking at what we're supposed to
Yeah.
be doing and all everything
Like
else.
so, if we're looking down, we're looking at our phone to see if anybody's in chat. We're not ignoring you, believe me. We're two not experienced people here, so.
But we're a whole
learning as
lot
we
better
go.
than we were.
Oh God, yes. We couldn't even get up.
Yeah, we couldn't even get both of us on the screen at the same time. So we're doing much
We're
better
learning.
than that.
We're learning. We're learning.
Oh, and then I
So
texted,
hello.
but I didn't send it. Okay, send it. Okay, good.
Oh, we got somebody else watching. So hello there.
Oh, we do?
Welcome
It's
to
probably
Real Life Happens.
Is it two people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's me. Because I put my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, hello there, Echo. How are
Okay,
you?
hi.
Mm.
You know, it's funny because now we're getting people to subscribe, but now we got to get them to come to the lives.
Lives and watch. Yeah. It's like, come on, watch us.
Let's see what they
We're a
said.
little goofy. Can't help it. Two Southern girls here.
Rhonda and Julia are at the movies.
Oh.
Otherwise, they would join. Well, they obviously
See,
don't
they're
have
supposed
their
to
phone
be
turned
here.
off.
They're supposed to be here with us. Not
And
at
they're
the-
supposed to have their phone turned off in the movies,
Well, maybe
too.
the movie didn't start yet.
Oh, Mandy ain't answered me yet, so I don't know if she's awake or she usually takes a nap. Oh, wait a minute. She did.
There we
She
go.
said hello back. I'm going to say,
Okay,
come
good.
and talk to us. We're all alone on live. Please come and talk to us.
Oh, so three people are watching now.
Okay, somebody else came in.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah,
So we know
comment.
you're watching.
Comment. Hey, so we know you're watching.
I put, please come and talk to us. We're live.
Okay. I was going to say she might come over and be knocking on the door.
Yeah, she'll be saying, what? What's wrong with you, Norma? She won't come over and knock on the door because of Buster. But she'll come and holler at the fence at me like, what do you want? Hey, I got good news today. I
Okay.
got a letter from the kids' school today,
Yes.
and they both passed.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, well,
Oh,
I'm
fantastic.
kind of worried. Kind of worried there, but they both been promoted to 6th and 7th grade. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're getting old on me.
Oh, my goodness.
Middle schoolers.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
that's
how, but they
wonderful.
passed. Natalie did. I got to admit, Natalie brought her grades way up. So
Well, good.
I'm proud of her. She put herself to it. And she did, and Eli brought all his up but one, and Natalie brought all hers up but one. So I'm very proud of them. They worked hard the last quarter. Because I told them, I said, if you don't, even the teachers told me, if you don't, you ain't going to pass. So they worked very hard. But now I got to get them to doing that all year long. So they used to be on the honor roll and everything. And last couple of years, they just, well, since COVID hit,
Yeah. Since that hit.
they just haven't cared.
Well, maybe they'll go into this next year on a,
Yeah.
you know, a good note, being that they, you know, went all year this year and didn't have to be done at home or anything. Hoping next school year is going to be better for everybody.
Yeah. And then we got to go tomorrow night for a meeting to put them on the performance team for the dance studio, because they're starting a performance team.
Okay.
Because I can't afford competition because we're both retired.
Right.
But she's starting a performance team where they'll do like for parades and anybody that wants them to come and perform.
Yeah.
They'll do that. So we're gonna put them in that one.
Yeah, they'll enjoy that.
Yeah. Even Eli wants to do it. And that's unusual because I had to talk him into doing this year because it'd be his 10th year. He gets his 10-year award. And I had to talk him into going back.
Now.
Yeah, everybody's like,
Star.
You're so close. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he really enjoyed this year. So
yeah,
he got his little few seconds of fame, as you call it. And everybody cheering him on. So I think that's what helped get him to go back next year. So I said, well, that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
that is wonderful, because it would have been
whoever was here left.
Oh, they left?
Yeah.
Now, does it say 1 or 2?
1.
See, that number's not correct, because we're both still watching, and it only says 1 on her side.
1. Yeah, it's only saying 1. So I don't know how many's here. If you're here, please at least say hi, so we can hi to you if you're here, because we can't tell.
Yeah.
It ain't more than
Because
2.
one side tells and the other side don't. So, okay, are we ready to start this 10 top summertime accidents?
Are you going to wait to see if Mary comes in?
Yeah, she hasn't answered me, so.
Oh.
She said hello, and that was it. So, we'll see if she comes on. Give her a few minutes. She's slow like me, and she's a lot younger than me. I tell her that all the time. She has no excuse. She's a lot younger than I am.
Well, you know, the age isn't really what, you know.
Yeah.
I feel older than I am sometimes, and sometimes I feel younger than I am, but.
Yeah, she told me she's sore and stuff at the recital. I couldn't move, okay? I couldn't hardly walk or nothing. She comes over here bouncing like a butterball. I'm like, don't you even come over here. Look, telling me you can't move, Harley, and you're over here bouncing like I'm going to get hit. Going to get her umbrella and get hit by lightning. And I'm like, okay. Because we had a bad storm the next day. I said, you don't look like Mary Poppins.
Sale up at the store all by myself. And I said, I packed all that stuff, loaded it up, took it up there, unloaded it, loaded it back up, what was left, took it to the donation place. And I said, I won't be able to walk the next day, but I was fine. But I was surprised, because normally half of that would have, you know, done me. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that recital done me, and I don't know. Well, my back had been bothering me about a week before I went anyway. And usually it don't bother me. But
You weren't fully there.
Okay. I turned my ring light on.
That's why they left.
They left.
I got my big light on.
Have the professional lighting on tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, I got my professional light on, my big headlight over top, and my lamp. That's my professional lighting.
Oh.
That's about as professional as I get.
Okay, now it says 2 on mine.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Okay, well maybe it just because it's on a delay or something. I don't know.
Something. Yeah. Yeah, because we do delay, don't we? From here
Yeah.
to.
Mhm.
I thought it did. I wonder why it does that.
I don't know.
Huh?
She said she wondered why it does the delay.
He's gonna take a profit. It's live, you know.
See, and I thought I was slow. StreamYard's got me beat.
Yeah.
That might
Okay.
if you're using StreamYard to do direct on YouTube, that might be why it has to.
Let's see if I can do this. The first. Let's see where I went to brand, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do my little video. And then we'll talk about them first. Well, I have this blue screen that pops up on me all the time. Okay, are we ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Good job. It worked.
It worked.
Hey, I did it.
You did.
Yeah. Okay. The first one was the car accident. It says more teenagers are killed in a motor vehicle accident between Memorial Day and Labor Day than any other time of the year. If your teen is licensed, don't let them carefree summer attitude spills into his or her driving habits. Review safety driving rules. Don't allow your teen to drive with too many teenage passengers and limit trips to only the essentials. So, I gotta say, I'm proud of my grandson. He's done good. He's been driving for 2 years, but he's 22. He's older. Uh, he's very cautious. So he's been lucky. He's been, well, one guy did hit him. He backed into him. But uh, other than that, you know, he's done great. You know, my niece now, when she was 16, she had a real bad wreck. She didn't have her license no time. And she hit a lady not paying attention, as usual, and had a real bad wreck. Hurt her and the lady, but they're both okay. But it pays to teach these kids how to drive. Dylan took driver's training because I don't think I could have taught him to drive. I tried to teach my two.
I taught Allison to drive, and she's a better driver than I am. Because I'll be talking while we're driving. And she's like, "Will you shush? Pay attention to the road." I'm like, I'm the mother here, but she does. I mean, she drives under the speed limit or, right at the speed limit. She sets her cruise control and she does everything. But she has that car that has all the safety things.
So you can't find us on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Did you get lost? It's real. She probably forgot the name. What are you growling about, Bust? She's lost. What are you crying about? There's nobody out there, young man. You don't like nobody going to our neighbor's house neither.
But she has that brand new Toyota, and it has the lane assist on it, where if you start to come out of your lane, it'll put you back in your lane, and if
Oh, that's
somebody is
nice.
trying to pass you,
It'll
or
also, if like you're about to hit somebody, it'll do your brakes for you
yeah,
and like do the
Oh
thing.
wow.
I mean, it basically drives the car for you. You
Car
just have
for
to
you.
get it on the road and point it in the right direction.
Well,
But so when she was pregnant and had the baby and everything, I was driving her around in her car. But I had to get used to that lane assist because I was like, wait, because it feels like it's grabbing the wheel, you know? And I'm like, I'm not swerving, you
so
know?
it pulls you back over in it.
Yeah. And even like,
Well,
say that you're on a road that they've redone where they've maybe like added a turning lane or something like that, but the car
lines are missing.
or the lines aren't there or whatever, the car thinks the line is a certain place, whether you like it there or not, you know? And sometimes you're not swerving, but it
it'll
thinks you
still.
parked out of your lane, or you know, you've gotten a little too far this way, or yeah, it wants you to be right in that center of that lane. And
Well,
also it tells you like it will only let you be so far in behind somebody, you know, like if you're on the interstate,
yeah.
if you're on cruise, you have to be so far in between the cars. And if that car slows down, it'll automatically slow you down so that you keep that amount of space.
Well,
They're very smart cars.
yeah. I don't have one like that.
I don't have any of that kind of stuff.
All I got is the thing that beeps if you get too close backing up to something.
No, well, and
Yeah,
she's
I've
got
got
the
that.
backup camera, plus she's got
Yeah.
that, and the people be like coming on the side, and you won't even see them yet. They'll be in the blind spot, but the little mirror will be flashing at you like somebody's coming, somebody's coming.
Somebody's coming. Oh wow.
You're like, oh, okay, you don't have to even check your blind spot. Just look at that mirror, because if that mirror
Mirror.
isn't flashing, you're clear to go.
Flashing.
You know?
Somebody's coming.
Yeah, or you can see them already coming.
Okay, the second one is a heat stroke. It says being active or just spending too much time under the hot summer sun can cause your body to overheat, leading to serious conditions called heat stroke. Signs of a heat stroke include confusion, headaches, nausea, and vomiting. If you plan to spend a lot of time outdoors, make sure to stay hydrated, take breaks, and wear loose fitting clothes to allow your body to cool properly. So, I don't know anybody that's ever had a heat stroke. Do you?
No, but I've gotten pretty hot before. And I know when I was a
Or-
kid and we played softball, they would give us these little, they were like a big gummy bear, and it was purple, but it had salt on the outside of it instead of sugar. And when we would be out there sweating a lot and stuff, they would give us those to like replenish the salt. So it was like electrolyte type thing.
Oh, well, neat.
Salted gummy bear, yeah. But it was, you know, it was about this big. It was a big gummy bear. You know, it was a couple of bites. It wasn't just a little tiny gummy bear.
Tiny thing. Well, now this one, there's a lot of it that happens. It's water accidents. It's not surprising that the rate of drowning and boating accidents spike in the summer. Don't let your kids play the water unattended, and make sure young children and adults wear life jackets while boating or swimming. I know we just had a little boy that drowned in his backyard pool here, and I think it was yesterday or day before, uh, he snuck off and went outside. That's why I said always, in my opinion, you should have a gate around them and have something locked to where they can't get I know when our pool's up now, our ladder's put back in the shed to where nobody can get in it. Plus, we keep a cover on it, a solar color, and then we keep another cover over top of it. That way, if anything falls in.
Yeah.
But I know my nephew and them, his wife and them built a part deck around theirs, but they put a like a lock on their steps. It's got a gate. And they put a lock on it so little kids they got little grandbabies, so to make
Yeah.
sure they can't get up there. And they don't keep anything around the pool where they can climb up there to look in or anything like that.
Right.
It's really a lot of kids drown, especially this time of the year. Okay, I've done this one before. Bike crashes. It says where you're riding a motor or manual, bike accidents can be dangerous and sometimes deadly. Always wear a helmet when riding bikes or motorcycles and be sure that your kids wear them too. Eli and Natalie's had quite a few of them too. Got scratched knees, scratched elbows, even bought them helmets and stuff. And hi, Mary. Mary. Mandy. I call her Mandy. Call her Mary. Sounds funny. How are you tonight? We're talking about the 10 most top, well, the top 10 motorcycle. Lord have mercy.
Summer.
At her to stream. Hello. Hello. We
Hi,
are talking the
Nikki.
top 10 summertime accidents. That's
Ah.
what we're talking about. And we're down to
Don't you want to be on there?
number 5,
It wouldn't work
which
right.
are
Please.
sunburns.
On your phone?
Sunburns.
The-
A long day in the
Oh,
sun
yeah.
can cause burn injuries severe enough to warrant medical treatment and also increase your risk in skin cancer. Stay safe by wearing adequate sunscreen and protective clothes and hanging out in the shade whenever possible. Now, I've never had sunburn. Echo says she did.
I did severe sunburn.
Never had sunburn?
Yeah.
I had big blisters.
Before.
Oh,
No, I dark. I don't. I get dark.
well, and I think because it was in a swimming pool and the sun was like reflecting off the water and then coming back on my back. And oh, it was terrible. Terrible.
Andy, you ever been sunburnt?
Yeah, I've been sunburned before. I got 3rd-degree burns and I was actually hospitalized because I was 8 months pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Lord.
That's
not
not
good.
good.
I was
That ain't good
canoeing
at all.
for the last time that I could canoe because I knew I was getting ready to have a baby. And so we went camping and we thought it would be fun to go canoe.
Lost you.
Oh, she froze.
So,
You froze.
oh, I lost you. And the doctor thought I was baking the baby, so he admitted me and delivered my baby.
Trying to bake the baby. Okay. That's a new one. Now, Echo, you're froze.
I see that.
Girl, what is going on here?
Hello. Don't be froze.
Okay, now the thing showed the first 5. So the last ones nobody's seen. The last 5.
This is weird.
Which number 6 is food poisoning.
Still like she was doing on me the other night, and now I'm doing
There
her.
you go. You're a flying now, girl. You're a flying.
You're twitching.
Slow down there, Echo.
You're twitching.
What is going on with you? You're just a moving on. She's still doing it. I don't know. She's in the back and
I
still doing that.
lost her.
I don't know what's going on. Device not connected. She must have. I don't know what happened. They will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them to the stream. Okay. It's like, Lord of mercy. We'll wait a few minutes to see if she comes back. I don't know about her. She was going to town there. But food poisoning's number 6. It's warmer weather combined with more opportunities for outside dining is a recipe for foodborne illnesses. Store meat, fish, poultry separate from fresh and non-perishable foods. Keep all perishables at approximate temperature and always use a meat thermometer. Okay, hold on. I'll drop it.
You're froze too, Norma. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to drop her the link. Is probably why it froze me.
Are you going to the meeting tomorrow for dance?
Yes, ma'am, I am. If I don't forget.
Well,
You know?
that's why I'm reminding you tonight.
Yeah. I know, but you know how my brain is. I'll think, oh God, I gotta go, and then it'll be 2 hours later past the meeting. Did you get it, Echo? I dropped it. But I've had food poisoning 3 times. And it's no fun.
I've never had
Believe me.
food poisoning. Thank God.
Oh my Lord, you feel like you're dying for sure. I had it so bad one time I really thought I was dying. I'd ate some crab meat. And crab meat ain't good when it's not good.
Yeah.
You pay dearly for it.
How's the kids been acting?
Oh, their usual self. They're at their aunt's tonight. I sent them over there. So I said they can go there and stay all night. Give me a break for a minute. There she is. Are you slowed down there, girl?
I hope so. I don't know what that was.
You were boogieing. Are you slowed down there, girl?
I hope so. I don't know what that was.
Now you're echoing again. What'd you do? What?
Yep, now I
She does
lost
this when she
Echo.
does live. Yeah, she'll do this to me when she's doing live and leaves me up here all by myself every time. Now she's doing it when I do the live. I don't know about her. See how she is? She's mean to me. She's just right down mean to me. Nope, that's not her. I figured she's texting me. No, I don't want no Reeboks.
I just
did
found
get,
out my uncle and
Go ahead.
Oh, my uncle in Indiana's he's got colon cancer. He's got to have 6 weeks of radiation and 6 weeks of chemo.
Oh, goodness.
He's got colon cancer. He's got to have 6 weeks of radiation and 6 weeks of chemo.
Echo, what are you doing?
Now I'm echoing.
Hold on. Okay.
The echo, you're repeating. I don't know about you, girl.
I kept trying to get off the YouTube. I kept trying to get the link to go on StreamYard and then jump off of the YouTube so I wouldn't echo, and it kept just dropping me. So I'm here now. God, I don't know what that was. That was the weirdest thing. Allison said we might get famous, though. People might tune in to watch to see me
Like,
going.
how'd she do that? I want to know how she done that.
Well, no, this is what you do. You clip
that part, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to clip that.
You want to see Echo lose her mind?
Oh, goodness.
But that's
God.
what I said. We're not trying to be funny. Even when we
No,
try
but
to be serious,
serious.
stuff
No,
happens.
something always turns out to be funny. People just gonna think
That's
we're a
what
joke.
real life happens, no matter if you want it to or not. Golly
I'll
gee.
tell you.
Let's see if now we're all froze.
No, I ain't froze.
And look at Mandy.
Mary
not
ain't
froze.
froze. Mandy ain't froze.
Oh, well,
I'm
her
not
screen's green on mine. And you were froze, and now I'm froze.
You're froze.
Yep,
You're just
you're
all
smiling.
see is your face and your teeth.
Girl, I don't know what's going on with you tonight.
And now you're making a weird thing of, yo, struggle bus.
You need to show that to the baby tomorrow.
Yeah.
Especially when grandma's going.
Okay, what number are we on?
He's on number 6, food poisoning. He's talking about
Okay, maybe that's
non-perishable
what's
food.
wrong.
It says, well, I got so tickled I can't remember where I was. Okay, keep all perishables at approximately temperature and always use meat thermometers when cooking outdoors. If there's any indication your food may be contaminated, don't think twice, toss it. And I was telling Mandy I've had it 3 times, and it's no fun to have. But the last time I got it from a restaurant, so it wasn't outside.
No, but buffets are bad
Yeah.
because they'll leave stuff out too long, won't keep it cold enough or hot enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, Mandy, you're froze. No, you're not.
And
You're
anything
blurry.
with mayonnaise in it
Yeah.
can go bad.
Well, that's what got me crab meat.
Mm-hmm.
A crab salad is what it was.
Yep.
I need to say I have never ate crab again.
Yeah, it can have that effect on you when you get so sick. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 7 is playground mishaps. Playgrounds get more used in the summer months, and they also send many kids to the emergency room. Most playground injuries occur on public playground equipment, so make sure the playground your child uses are safe and never let them use equipment unsupervised. That means keep your eye on them at all times. And then you can still have an accident.
Like water, playground, outside. Anyway.
But they can still have an accident, believe me.
Yes, they can.
Even if your eyes are on them. It's happened plenty times. And we all get these. They ain't no, if you don't, something's wrong. They must not like you. It's bug bites.
Bug bites.
Mosquitoes, bees, ticks, and other insects are out in full force during the summer. Increase your chances of bites, stings, and allergic reactions. Always wear protective clothing when recreating outdoors. I can't read now. Apply insect repellent, and if you're allergic, keep antidote medicine close at hand. Like Mandy.
Are you allergic to bees or?
No, I love the bees.
Which one is it you're allergic to?
I'm not allergic to anything.
Oh, I thought you was allergic to bee stings.
No.
Okay. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. That's how much I know.
I'm not allergic
You could have lied, Mandy. You could have said, yes, bee stings.
Could have made me look good, you know.
Got to get your lies straight, Miss Norma, before we go live.
I know. Now, Mandy, before I say this one, is your husband planning anything for the 4th of July?
I don't know yet.
Okay. All righty.
Why?
Because this one's for him. In case he does. Fireworks. Fireworks injure thousands of people each year, and approximately 1/4 of those under the age of 15. Well, he's not under 15, so we don't have to worry about that. In addition, the misuse of fireworks causes over 15,000 fires every year. Use fireworks carefully and responsibly, and always have a safety plan. Not Ben, he just puts them out in the street and they blow up, they blow up.
Me.
You have a water hose hooked up and drug out there close by.
Mamie does. She's like, I'm getting the
Yeah.
water hose.
Well, you should have seen it yesterday, Norma. Ben had the greatest idea to put bacon on the grill.
Oh, dear
Thought I was
Lord.
gonna fix the fire. The whole grill caught on fire.
The whole grill did? Oh, my Lord.
And I was
man.
inside scrambling for salt because you can't put water on grease. So I wasted all my salt to put the fire.
I don't know about that, man. I'll tell you.
I
I
And he
bet
kept
Eli
saying,
be
"We
trying
need to
something like
get
that.
said, we need that for protein booze." And I'm like, I'm trying to find the salt.
You're going to have to go buy you a bag of salt and keep on hand for Ben.
I said,
Don't
we
rely
are
on me.
not doing bacon no more on the grill. I'm
I can't
gonna
believe he
decide-
done that. Now, if there'd been one of them flat grills, you know, like the flat, not got the holes in it,
the grill-
he could have done it. But not on ones that's got holes in it to go down and hit the fire. No, can't
No.
do that. That's the kind of grill I want. The next one I buy, I want the one that's flat, like a, what do you call them?
A griddle.
Griddle. Yeah. I want one of them. Because I don't like fire shooting up in between, gonna get burned up.
No, I don't like fire. I don't like messing with the grill.
Yeah. Ours is propane.
I have to keep reminding myself when I even mess with the oven because it's hot in there. It's like,
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
I'll just like grab it. It's too
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
So I mean, around a grill, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna forget and accidentally touch it or something.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Okay. And the last one is pet hazards. Don't forget our furry friends. In the summer, dogs and cats are at an increased risk for many of the same dangers as humans: ticks and bug bites, heat stroke, getting hit by a car, or being poisoned as a result of eating dangerous food. Never leave your pet unattended or off leash, and make sure she or he is getting adequate food, water, and care. And then number 11, I did add one more to it because this happens a lot because there is a lot of sports played in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's related from playing frisbee, football, outdoor activities are also a big issue. Sprain at wrist, twisted ankles, and broken bones are a common sight for urgent care clinicals and emergency rooms between spring and summer, according to experts. Treat these injuries. Topical requires a little home care, so you have to take good care of them. So that's all I got for them, the accidents. But that's the top 11. Instead of 10, it's 11.
You had a bonus. That was good.
I added the
Yeah.
bonus to it. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, even though I don't think you
Well, and whoever watches on the replay, they're gonna really enjoy the
yeah.
frozen screen and all.
I gotta show that to Dennis. He'll get a kick out of that one. I
Oh
said,
my
what was he on?
Yeah, really. And I don't know why it was doing that, and nothing was helping to stop it. It was just like all by itself. Maybe it was a ghost.
Yep, might have been.
Might
never
have been a
know.
ghost. How would you feel about that? if we had somebody, not a ghost, of course, but
I don't think mine will come down and talk to us. I'm sorry.
I mean, but like, so, because I've been trying to find people to come on as special guests, right?
Yeah.
What about somebody who does like the tarot cards or would give us a reading? I don't know if I believe in all that.
Cards? Because that's kind of random. They can pull any card.
I don't know.
I don't know.
How about somebody that chases ghosts?
Yeah, that would be great.
Ghost hunters.
Yeah. Or tornadoes or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. I'd love to get somebody on here that chases tornadoes.
Yeah.
That'd be wild. I don't know how to get a hold of nobody.
Well, I don't know. We'll put it out there. Any
Yeah.
storm chase?
Anybody that storm
Ghost
chasers or ghost chasers or I don't know about the card reading. I don't know if I believe in that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like those spirit boxes. Everybody was
Yeah.
trying to ask it questions and, supposedly it talked back and things like that. I don't know. I don't know. I believe in ghosts and spirits, but I don't know that I
Yeah.
believe in all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anybody can tell our future, to be honest with you.
Well, they
I don't know how
probably couldn't
can.
read our future. They probably say, there's no telling what
Put it out
y'all.
in the yard. Go put it down in the washer.
It's like, nope.
They'd be like,
Huh?
excuse me,
Or
no.
go pick it up and go put it down in the washer.
Mm,
They say, we ain't coming on there. Y'all, no.
Huh?
We got to go somewhere else. We're sorry.
What shit?
Like, nope. Don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I believe in a lot of things, but I don't, and like even like
It's
the
not
Ouija
that big a
board,
deal. I will
No.
go through your
I
hair.
feel like you can push that to
Oh,
make
we
it
did
come
that
out.
when I was young, the Ouija
Yeah.
board. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that thing scared the living crap out of me. Because there's a bunch of us, we were down in our basement, and my mom and dad would have died if they knew this because they were dead set against that stuff. But we went down to one of our friends' house down the street. And all of us was in the basement. We had a Ouija board. That thing scared every one of us that this started moving. We said for one, like, nope. Never say it. Never played with one again.
No, I've always,
It scared the crap out of us
yeah.
Mhm.
because we kept saying, "Who's pushing it? Who's pushing it? Who's
Yeah.
pushing it?"
Well, what about
Is it your
staying
body
spending
pillow
the
or your
night in
regular
a
pillow?
haunted house? They have those tours you can
I
go.
have
I haven't.
Sprite too.
I'll tell you
So
what. When I was younger, I was drunk and I stayed.
not that big a deal.
Did
I
you?
stayed in an apartment that was more. It was a funeral home underneath years ago, and they said there were ghosts in
How do
there.
you think I feel?
That
bet there
wasn't very
were.
fun because I was drunk anyway.
Mm.
That wasn't fun. I was ready to get out of there in the morning. Believe me, when I was
Oh.
sobered up, but I was young then. I was stupid.
Well, we're about 3 hours from Savannah, Georgia, and they have like a lot of haunted houses, and you can like go on a tour of them. But I don't
know if I'd stay in one at night.
I don't think I'd want to spend the night.
Now we got one here in Leadman that my husband worked at. He worked at nights. It's a motel that people stay in here. It's a president stayed in it and everything. The Golden Lamb, called the Golden Lamb. It's in Leadman, Ohio.
Yep.
And he's seen,
What's it haunted by?
yeah,
It was
Well,
haunted
she
by the people that used to own it.
own it.
And
Yeah.
what the
A young
story
girl.
is, and they died or
Yeah.
something in it.
He was used to them because they play tricks on him all the time. But he got his sister a job over. They'd
Did he not
say-
like his sister?
No, they played jokes on her. She didn't know about it.
Oh, okay.
And he took her into work and didn't tell her.
Mhm.
And it was funny. She said
Yeah.
she was white as a ghost when she come home at night. She said, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. Nope, nope. She finally got used to it, but she said, that first night, buddy, Dennis come home, he was laughing his head off. He said, I forgot to tell Beverly there's a ghost there. And I'm like, oh my God, how could you do that to her? He said, well, if you'd have seen her, you wouldn't have asked me that. You'd have been laughing yourself to death, laughing at her, because we're used to this one here.
Well,
She
what
ain't
did
done
they
nothing in a
die?
long
How did they
time.
die?
I'm not really sure. There's a big long story. They got it. They even got it posted in the lobby about them, and that saying that they're there. People stay there all the time.
But do they go there to try to see them? I mean, you know,
I don't
is that
know.
like
I
the
think they
reason to go
have.
there?
I think they have. Uh, I know presidents and everything used to stay there all the time, and that place is busy all the time. It's hard to get a place, and it's very expensive to stay there.
Mm.
But it's a real old
All
building,
right, so I'm gonna have to hop
and
here. Gotta care something.
but they talk
I
about
will
it a
hop
lot.
on
It's in the
later.
Ohio thing
Okay.
about
Bye,
haunted
Mandy.
houses.
Bye.
Bye. And they talk about it all the time. When even on the, I think it's the, what's it called? They talk about it, like for haunted houses and stuff,
Mhm.
haunted hotels. It's a hotel. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Wow. I'd never be able to go to sleep.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'd be waiting to see if I saw anything or
Yeah,
heard anything strange or.
yeah. But they said she's bad for turning lights on, turning the water on. Uh, they move stuff. You know, it'd be there. You turn around, it'd be gone. That's like,
But nothing mean or anything.
no, they weren't mean. They just like to
little.
play tricks on you. Yeah,
Yeah.
they love to, or they'll, you can see them walking through the hall at night.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
I'm like, no, don't do that. I've got the one here, but she don't bother nobody. She did my ex daughter-in-law. That's the only one she ever really bothered. Now
Mm.
she has turned the uh, TV off a few times on Dennis. And Dylan, when he was small, she liked to change the channels for him. He didn't have to get up and change them. She loves kids. She loves
Mhm.
kids. She's a young girl herself, so she loves kids. But the only thing she ever really done here, and she didn't hurt nobody. I don't think she was meaning to, because she threw the shade down the steps. But and it was at Dylan's mom, because she wasn't wild about Dylan's mom. I don't know why, but she just was not wild about her at all. Because once she left, she ain't really done anything.
Well, how did the dogs and the cats do around her?
They don't phase one bit.
Because don't you have an older cat that stays upstairs?
Yeah, she goes in that room all the time. She's just in one room, in Eli's bedroom.
Mm.
But he don't have a TV no more, so she can't turn it off and on him. He thought we was doing it, and we didn't tell him no different when he's little, because we didn't want to scare him.
Yeah.
But he knows she's in there, but it don't bother him. He said because she don't bother him, so
Yeah.
it's like, and but we get tickled at Dylan. Well, we had some friends come over one time, and the little girl, she's probably about 4 or 5. Now it scared her because she was looking in the vents. I don't know why, but she was down on the floor playing, and she was over a vent, and she looked down in there and she screamed just loud as she could scream, and kept saying, "There's a girl in the vent. There's a girl in the vent." So
Oh,
I don't know. I guess she's seen her. She's the only one that ever seen her, I guess. So
Oh, you've never seen her either?
no,
No.
never seen her. No. Only thing I've seen of her is the picture I got that she's up in the window. But I know every time we go to talk about selling the house, she'll make something go wrong. She don't want us to leave, I guess,
I
because
was
we've
going to
been
say,
there
I
so
wouldn't
long.
talk about it. I'd go
Yeah.
outside, talk about it.
Yeah. It's like, I'll go outside. No. But she does.
She'd know,
it's like,
though, as soon as you started packing stuff up, she'd know
Yeah.
something was going on.
yeah. So,
She wouldn't like that.
no. No. It's like, oh, Lordy.
I mean, I figured if anybody could, you know, be a ghost, well, I don't know about a ghost, but a spirit, it would have been my Aunt Pat. Because she believed in all kinds of stuff like that. And I always have thought if there's any way, that she could have contacted me, she would have. Or maybe my dad even. But my dad, he didn't really believe in that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Now, there's a couple of weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought Eli was standing at the end of our bed. And he wasn't there.
Mm.
It looked just like as tall as him. And she's about his age now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a white, like he was in white clothes. And then all of a sudden it just disappeared. I'm like, okay. Took me forever to go back to sleep, but I'm like, because I've never known her to come out of the one room.
So it's not the room that you stay in.
It's in Eli's bedroom. That was her bedroom, I guess. Because we went back and looked, and it was a young girl, she died of pneumonia here, and she died in that room. It was back in the 1800s. So early 1900s.
I wonder why she couldn't pass on. Why she stayed in the house.
She's got a little dog. We've seen her. According to the picture, the picture I got of her, she's holding a little dog, like Toby, the one we had, Yorkie.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like him.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. But she don't bother nobody. She just, other than that's been, well, Dylan was little and he's 22 now, so it's been a long time.
Yeah.
He's probably about 3 or 4 when we spotted her here. Well, I mean, before she let us know she was here.
Yeah.
He's about 3 or 4. Because the picture we took is when we first bought the house. I went across the street and took a picture of the house. We got looking at it. I blew it up on my computer and we got looking at it, and it's like somebody's standing in the window. And we kept saying, and it's just me and my husband here, because none of the kids live with us then. All of our kids was grown, because Dylan, he just had turned a year old after we moved here. So, and it's like, we kept blowing it up, and you could tell it was a young girl. So it was wild. I was like, okay. First time I seen it. My mom would never come here and stay.
Really?
She'd come and visit, but she wouldn't, like when we have a dinner or something, that's the only time she would come. And I'm like, she wouldn't come and stay all night or nothing. And then when Dad passed away, I tried to get her to come here and stay for a little while until we got everything settled, got the house, all this stuff out, the bed and stuff. She said, nope, I ain't going there. That ghost scares me. Nope. Nope, I ain't doing it. And I said, Mom, she won't bother you. And she said, nope, I ain't going. Nope.
Well, that's why I
one night in your house.
How the animals reacted, because
they don't.
I mean, they're just so much. Their senses are so much stronger than ours. So I would.
But I know Miss Kitty goes in there all the time and lays around. And it's usually when Eli ain't in there. So maybe she goes in there to get attention.
Yeah, maybe the little girl plays with them or pets or something.
And then I know if any of the other cats go upstairs, they go in Eli's room. They don't go in our room. Mm-hmm. They go in Eli's room. So I don't know.
I was gonna say, what one is that that just got up on the table behind you?
That's Pearl.
Pearl. I don't know why I
That's
was
my
thinking her name
Pearly.
was Belle. I was like,
No.
was their name Belle? No.
That's my Pearly. That's my pretty cat.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Her sister's upstairs with Peppo. A
Huh?
little calico. The other ones, let's see. There's 3 of them outside. I wish you could see Bobby. He's our bobtail. He's a big cat. But he ain't in here. He's outside right now. Laying around somewhere. He don't like to stay in the house
I
very
was gonna
much.
say that
unless
wasn't
it's
the
cold.
one in the video. That was Rocky.
Yeah, that's Rocky.
Buster.
That's the nosy one. He's
Okay.
nosy.
So
That's
how
our
many
nosy
cats
cat.
do you have all together?
8.
8.
Oh my God.
Because of her husband.
Yeah.
Her husband's cat lover.
Kept taking them in.
They all live inside.
Well, they go outside.
Well, they
Back.
they stay outside all day mostly, and then they come in here and sleep.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
She waits up at night for him to come in.
What if they don't come
Yeah. I wait for them to come in at night.
She waits for him.
Yeah.
Make sure they come in.
Well, what if they don't want to come in? They don't wear off.
They
Well, they don't.
no, they don't come in if they don't want to come in. Now Bobby stays outside. In the warm weather, he stays outside. Bob does. He'll come in and eat stuff, lay around, take a nap, and then he goes back outside. But at nighttime, he likes to stay outside. I've got a black cat I won't let stay outside because people are mean to black cats around here.
Yeah.
And then Tudor, he stays in the house. He don't go out. He's long haired. He sleeps all day. he's a young cat, but he acts like he acts like he's an old cat. That's all he does, sleep. And then his brother stays outside most of the day. But he'll come in at night and crawl under his table and go to sleep. We used to feed them outside, but then we got every other stray that comes around eating their food, so we had to bring them back in the house to feed them. So, because I'm afraid Buster catches one in the yard, he might kill it because he knows which is his cat's. Believe me. He knows if another cat comes in this yard and he knows it ain't his, he'll chase it out.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows his cats.
Your neighbors
That's
are
his
going to have
buddies.
to. Your neighbors are going to have to put up a higher fence.
Oh, for COVID?
Yeah, that
He's a
dog
big one, ain't he?
big.
Yeah, and he ain't filled out yet.
Mm-mm.
He's a year and a half old, and he's just starting to fill out.
Yeah, but he's pretty
Yeah,
tall.
he outgrew Buster real fast.
I was going to say
That's-
Buster looks like a little tiny dog.
I know. But they brought him in. He was a puppy, and Buster took to him. And he took to Buster. And they're buddies. Now, I wouldn't put them in the yard together. Be afraid to fight. But as long as they got that fence between them, they get along fine.
Yeah.
But he'll bark at him if Buster ain't outside. He'll bark till Buster comes out. Like, come on, we got to run. That's how they both get their exercise.
Yeah.
They get tickled and they'll hear or they'll see Buster out and they'll let him out. I get tickled on him. Then we got the little one that bit Eli next door. She's a little black dog like Buster, but she's real short legs. Her legs is only not like that big, but she's got a bigger body than a small dog.
Yeah.
Her name's Bella. That's his girlfriend.
So it was your girlfriend that bit poor Eli in the face.
Yeah. And then Natalie hit him with the broom in the eye.
Yeah, poor
I
Eli.
said, that poor child. Talk about summer accidents. He had two, but wasn't out of school in no time.
I know it.
He said, I'm glad that didn't happen during school. I said, yeah, me too.
Yeah. He's really lucky about his lip and all.
Yeah.
because he could
Oh,
have had
he's
it.
lucky
nasty.
about his eye. She hit him.
Well, yeah.
She got him right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit more, it would have got his eye.
Yeah.
And I mean, it bruised him. He's got scabs right here now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it bruised him. Well, bruised him all the way up in here, up over his eye, the top of it.
Was she like standing level with him?
Well, what had
Or
happened,
just,
I
like,
let her
toss
go.
it up?
No, she was on our side of the fence, and Eli was over next door because they was going to jump on the trampoline. But they had to have the broom to sweep all the leaves off from where we had the storm and stuff. And so he told her, he said, come over here and get the broom, and then I'll sweep it off. So he was standing there waiting for her, and he said, well, hurry up, go get the broom, and then just hand it across the fence to me. Well, instead of her handing it, she threw it at him. Him standing there next to the fence. And I'm like, I have told them 10,000 times, you do not throw stuff. You either break something or you're going to hurt somebody. And
Yeah.
it's like, she don't register at all. Whatever you say to her, it's like, I know she's got ADHD, even though she's on her medicine, it still don't register to her like it should, like it does Eli. He's on, you know, they ain't taking it this summer, but they were still taking it when she done this stuff. Because at the recital and stuff, the doctor took them off of them until school starts back. She wanted to give them a break. But I said, what in the world made you think of throwing that broom? She goes, well, he wanted it in a hurry, so I thought I'd throw it at him. And I said, Natalie, if you're going to throw something, you throw the broom part, not the handle part. Of all things, you threw the handle at him. What, Busty? What? What are you ground about, buddy? Memo keeping you awake? That's all right. Oh, he don't like you talking to nobody. Me, especially. If Dennis come over here to talk to me, he'll get between me and Dennis. Like, no.
Yeah.
Or Dennis gets to him because if I get up and go to the kitchen, he's right behind me. If I get up to go to the bathroom, he lays at the bathroom door till I come out. Then he walks back with me to sit in my chair. Or if I go outside, he has to go with me. He's my dog. You're my big baby, ain't you? You're my big baby. I get tickled at him when he wants something. He'll go,
like he's trying to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. He'll argue with you. He likes to argue, too. It's like Miss Kitty come down to get Dennis earlier because he hadn't been up there. The one upstairs. That was my mom's cat. And I told her, I said, is Bub being mean to you? And it sounded just like she said, yes, yes. And Dennis said, you don't lie on me. And she's like, no. I said, I swear it sounds just like they're trying to talk to you. We've been around animals too much. That's what it is, buddy. We've learned their language.
I was going to say, Chloe, telepathically tells me what she thinks. Yeah.
Not Buster. We've got now. Let's see. Now this one behind me, if she wants something, she screams. I mean, bloody murder. I mean, you could hear her all over the neighborhood probably. Especially like if you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or something, she thinks you're supposed to get up and let her out too. And so she can go outside because she wants out the first thing, and she automatically thinks you're getting up for the morning.
It's time to go outside.
And you're going to let her alone. And I'll go back upstairs, and she's still screaming. And it's like, Pearl, I'm not letting you out. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, no, or 12 o'clock at night. You're not going out. And her little sister now, she's the one, the little calico. She's the one that she wants something you're eating. She'll take it from you.
Oh.
And Rocky will too. Or Rocky, if he wants something. Now, like the cat food and dog food, we have to leave it at my car until I get ready to put it on our buckets because Rocky will get in there and open it and eat out of it.
The cat.
Yeah. That's what. Or if you bring grocery bags in, he has to look in every bag. I don't know what he's looking for. Before you can put anything away, he has to look in every bag.
Yeah.
And when he's little, it's funny because he got caught between two bags. And we kept seeing something flying through the house with bags on them, and we couldn't tell what it was until we called him. It was Rocky. He'd got caught in the bags, but he was going so fast. And it's like, what in the world? You could just see white bags going like your head was.
Well, now Chloe, she won't necessarily mess with it when I first bring something in. But like if I bring stuff in and I set it down and I go do something else, then she'll be over there, looking. But now the baby stuff, anything that belongs to that baby, she will try to get.
Try to get, yeah. She's jealous. It's like, Mama bought the baby something and not me.
Yeah. And it's like, she has her own stuff. She has her own blankets. She has her own toys. She has her own everything. But yet, and the baby now, I let the baby have a couple things in the bed with her. And when she wakes up, sometimes she throws them out. Then Chloe will go in there and she'll get them. And yesterday or today, when I went in there, she had one of the baby's things up in her kennel. And she done stole that thing.
She's like, it's mine now. Buster used to do that when he was a puppy. He'd take Natalie's little toys and hide them when he was a pup. Now Rocky, she gets these little things like from the Dollar Tree. They're like little, I don't know, they're rubber or whatever you call them. They're like little animals.
Uh-huh.
And you can't bring them in the house because Rocky gets them. I don't know if he thinks they're a mouse or what. I've found them in his food. I found them under the table, and I'll lay them up on my desk. Wherever you lay them, I even put them down in a cup with a lid on it one time. He got up on my hutch and got the cup, took the lid off, and got it out to play with it. I don't know what you call them. They're little, they ain't very big. They're only about that big.
Yeah.
But they're like a little, they're kind of sticky.
Kind of like squishy.
Yeah.
They're not like hard plastic. It's kind of
they're squishy.
Yeah.
But they don't break like the balls do. They're just squishy. And he loves them things. She can't keep them. And I told her, I said, you might as well quit buying them because he finds them. It don't matter where you put them. If he sees you with one, that's it. He's got it. I don't know. He's got them all over this house. So I said, I don't know where they're at. Because she'll go looking for them. And I'm like, don't ask me. I told you to put them up. She said, well, I put them up, but he gets them.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like if he can do that, take the lid off the cup and everything.
Yeah. He searches them down.
Well, Allison asked me if I wanted her to take some video of her cat to make a video out of it. Because her cat, but all her cat does is lay around. She's spoiled rotten and she's fat and sassy. And she
died last night. I almost killed her.
Oh, you almost killed her?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was trying to go to sleep and I was trying to push her off the bed because she was in my way. And then she dug her claws into my back and hung from my back as she was falling off the bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm sure I got a lovely
scratch
right there. And I'm just like, I could have killed her.
Well,
that's like Patchy. She gets up at night while me and Dennis is sleeping. She runs across us. She gets one. It's like at night. This cat is 13 years old. Okay. She never played till this year, other than when she was a little tiny kitten.
Mm-hmm.
Now she gets out in the yard. She plays. I don't know what she got into, what happened, but she plays all the time. And she waits till nighttime till we go to sleep. We're laying there. And Dennis has to sleep down in the bed and keep one pillow up higher than the other so she can lay at his head, and I do too. If not, she runs all over us at night. Dennis has had to, she's woke him up, she's woke me up, or she'll get right in your face and start like purring real loud.
Yeah.
Like, wake up and play with me. And it's like, it's in the middle of the night. No. I said, but all the rest of them sound asleep and she's up playing.
Yeah. Well, Allison's cat, when we got Chloe, that was supposed to be Allison's dog. And she was only 5 weeks old, and I had to feed her and take care of her and everything. And so she bonded with me. She tolerates Allison, but she wasn't going to be Allison's dog, you know. So Allison decides she wants a kitten. So she finds this lady has this kitten that she wants to find a home for. So we go get the kitten and everything, and we take it to the vet, and they tell us it was positive for leukemia or AIDS or something. Anyway, one of the diseases.
That you can't have another cat around.
Right.
Yeah.
And we figured out that's probably why the lady wasn't going to keep her. But anyway, so the vet said, you know, we can put her down, or we can, you can see, you know, how sick she gets and whatever. We'd only had her like 2 days, but there was no way I could take her from my daughter, you know? So I said, well, we won't have her spayed until she's like 6 months old. If she makes it till 6 months, then we'll get her spayed. So we went ahead and we waited till she was 6 months old. We had her rechecked. She was negative then. And then the vet said it was probably a false positive from the mother. So she was good to go. We were going to keep her. Well, because I didn't want it to bond with me, Allison did everything for the kitten. And I had like nothing to do with that kitten. Well, Allison goes on 2 school trips. Both times I'm home to watch this cat. Both times the cat hides on me to where I think I've let the cat out. Like I've lost the cat. And I'm looking, you know. The one time she was in a box up on a shelf, and it was higher than my head, so no way I could see in there. But she was crouched down in the box. So right when I'm ready to leave out the room, and I said, well, I hope you're in here because I'm shutting the door, you know. She pops her little head up in that box. And I'm like, ooh. So after my divorce and everything, me and Allison, the cat and the dog, moved into an apartment. And so that cat lived in Allison's bedroom. A couple years later, after Allison's done moved out, took the cat with her and everything, they were going on a vacation, and she was like, I need you to watch the cat. And I said, oh, no problem. Just bring her over, you know. Well, I worked at night, so I had put something up in front of my windows to block the windows so that, you know, I could sleep so it wouldn't be daylight. That cat liked to lay in that window. So first day she's there, she finds that stuff up against the window. She just knocks it over, moves it, gets it to where she can get to her window. I'm like, okay, that's okay. And by this time, I've moved into that bedroom. And she don't want nothing to do with the other bedroom. She's going to be in there with me. I'm like, oh, this is going to go real well. So then I got Chloe in the living room in her kennel. The cat is down the hallway in the bedroom. All of a sudden, the cat comes running down the hallway, lunges at the kennel, and puts her paws through the kennel wires trying to get my dog.
Oh,
and
dear Lord.
Hissing and spitting and acting all crazy. I'm telling you. So Allison calls. Oh, well, yeah, we're having a good time and everything. How's my cat doing? I'm like, your cat's fixing to get killed. You know, oh my, I said, I cannot believe this. This is this dog's house. This is where this dog lives. Bad enough, I got her locked up. You know, the cat tried to get in the kennel to get my poor dog. My poor dog. So I say, okay, next time they go on vacation, I say, leave the cat at your house. I'll go over there and I'll take care of him over there. I'm not bringing it to my house. I'm not making Chloe go through that, you know, again. So that's fine. I go, I take care every day. The cat looks at me like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I've come here to take care of you, you stupid little cat. And I had my utility room was in the hallway in my apartment, and they had, you know, like the slats across it for ventilation. And she would lay right in front of that. And sometimes the light inside there, like on my furnace or whatever, would glow a little red light come through those slats. So she's black and white, and it would look like this red glow around her. And I, she's the cat from hell. It's the portal to hell. And right. So anyhow, now it comes time. She's going to have the baby. So while she's in the hospital, I'm going over there taking care of the cat. Cat keeps looking at me like, where's my mama? You know, why are you coming here and not my mama? She finally comes home. And then the cat was like, every time she saw me, she like hissed at me and ran. Like, why are you in my house? Leave, you know. Well, I stayed there with them for the first 6 weeks. I would go home and take care of Chloe and stuff, but I was there at nighttime for the baby. And that cat, she come in there one night in the middle of the night and she jumps up in the recliner with me. And I'm sitting there rocking the baby. And she turns her head and she looks at me and runs. She thought it was Allison in the dark in there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you figured out it wasn't your mama in that chair. So then even like she gets on the back of their love seat because it's in front of the living room windows. She likes to get under the curtain and lay in the windowsill. So like I'd be sitting in the love seat. She'd jump up there, get on the back of the love seat and like paw at me. Like,
oh goodness.
Yeah. I said, oh my gosh, I'm leaving this cat. She hates me now. By the time the 6 weeks was up, she was like, I guess you ain't leaving. So, okay, you know, it's fine. But she loves my daughter and only my daughter.
Now, see, my niece has got one like that. Her mom can't do anything with that cat. It hides when she goes to work and everything. She hides in the bedroom. She won't come out. She tries to get her to come out. She won't come out or not. But when my nephew comes home, here she comes out for him. But she won't have nothing to do with my niece's mom. She will not have anything to do. But she comes out for Timmy when he comes in and wants a belly rub and everything else. And Melinda said, I don't know what I've done. I've tried to feed her. I've done everything. She just don't like me. I'm like,
that cat.
Some cats are that way.
That cat definitely doesn't like me at all. And I don't particularly care for her either. And I'll tell her sometimes, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be alive. Because somebody else would have let that vet put you to sleep. Yeah. But no, I was nice and saved your life. Yeah. And this is how you repay me. And she probably, how much do you think she weighs? Well, she's under 20 pounds, but she's probably good 15 pounds.
Well, mine's 22 pounds, probably more now.
And she's, I mean, she's just fat.
Yeah. But she don't have her front claws. Mom had her front claws removed because she would scratch Mom's legs, and Mom couldn't do it because she's on blood thinners, and they afraid she'd bleed to death. So, and my dad, when he was alive, he didn't like cats, so she never had a cat. It took me forever to even get him to let her to have a dog. And then after he got used to him, you know, he'd lose one, he'd get another one. You know, he'd say, how can we get another one, you know? And it's like, okay. And then Mom had lost her one right after Dad, and she had a lady in her church gave her star, which is where's Star? I can't even think what she is. She's a little dog. Crap. What are they called? And then I can't think what she's called. I will here in a minute. But then under where we had a deck built out on the front porch and with a handicap ramp for Dad. She kept going out on the porch and she'd take Star out and she kept hearing this little kitten. And she said, I know there's a kitten around here somewhere. I just can't find it. So she started putting some of Star, because where Star's little, she bought the little mini bites for Star to eat. And so she started putting it out on the porch. or down next. She said, I know it's under the thing. She knew it was under there, but she couldn't see it. So she put some down at the bottom of the steps, and she caught it come out one day, but it ran back under. And so what she do, she moved it up the steps until she got it to the porch, and it'd come up on the porch to eat. And then she got it closer to the door and set it close to the door, and then it finally she come in, and that's how she got Miss Kitty, because Dad would never let her have a cat. He goes, I don't know how you have cats and dogs in your house like you do, but we've always had a lot of either dogs or cats. It used to be dogs. We had 17 dogs at once when we lived in Kentucky. Yeah, but most of them was outside dogs. We had little ones inside, and then we had the big ones outside. But
that's how I
my
was when
dad,
we lived in the country.
yeah, because we lived out
I
in the
had a
country, you know,
lot.
they could run, yeah,
Yeah, and
they didn't have to
it
worry
seemed like
about them.
everywhere I went, I would see a puppy or a kitten,
Yeah,
you know, that needed help, and I would get it. And then after
yeah,
you nurse them back to health or something, it's hard to get rid of them. Then,
yeah.
you
Well,
know.
see, we took this one cat in, Pearl and them's mom. She belonged to the neighbor. She had so many cats. We only had the two. We had a black one named Babe, and then we had a cow. I don't like a tiger like, but it was she had a little bit longer hair, and her
Mm.
name was Tigger, but she was half blind. She could only
Oh.
see shadows. We'd found her in Kentucky as a kitten. They tried to run over her and hit her in the head,
Mm.
and we brought her to the motel and cleaned her up and fed her and stuff. And then we brought her home and brought her to the vet. The vet said that she was half blind, that all she could see was shadows because she could tell in her eyes. So we raised her, and that's the only two we had. Well, Babe ended up dying, and Cupcake kept coming over here, and the little thing was starving to death. So we started feeding her. Well, she ended up staying with us, and but she was one of these cats. When she went in heat, she wasn't like her other two. When the other two went in heat before we knew when to get them fixed,
Mhm.
they'd make these awful noises and stuff. Well, Cake never done that. We didn't know when she'd go in heat. She didn't bleed, nothing like that. And so every time we go to get her fixed, she'd be pregnant. So she had 3 litters. The first litter we kept, the boys. There was 3 of them. We kept the boys. And, yeah, let's see. Yeah, because one of them was handicapped. And he lived a year and he died. Uh, and then we had Bit and Boo Boo. Uh, and they was probably 10, 11 years old. And then the last litter she had was Pearl, and she had 4. And we had all 4 of them, plus the mom. And Georgia, let's see, no, Dina died first. She was the orange cat, Tabby. She got sick and died, and then Georgette got sick, real sick, and she died, and then we end up with Pearl and Patchy. Well, next thing we know, here come Rocky. Don't know where he came from. He just in our yard. I said, I think people was dropping him off here, to be honest with you. Then
Yeah.
here come Bobby. He's the bobtail cat, and everybody swore him down. We cut this cat's tail off. And we even took it when we first got him, took him to the vet and asked him if somebody cut his tail off because we hadn't never seen no bobtails around here. And she said, no, he was born that way. He's a bobtail. And then we found Mousy. Mousy wasn't big as your hand. And Dennis found him out in the alley. It was raining. He was soaking wet, screaming. He found him out there. So he brought him in. That poor little thing lived in our kitchen for 2 months before he'd even come out in a little towel. He wouldn't come out. He'd eat stuff in there, but he wouldn't have nothing to do with anybody or anything. And he was real skittish, but he ended up dying last year. We don't know what happened to him. the baby. Well, Cole's the baby.
Yeah.
And then she moved, and four of her cats wouldn't go. And they was sitting over starving. And the people that bought the place was in there fixing it, and they was getting ready to do something with them. And we told them, no, just leave them there. You know, we'll get them over here eventually. And that's how them four got over here, the four brothers. So we end up with them. So all at once, and then let's see. Mousy died because we used to have 10,
Mhm.
and then now we got 8 because we got down to 7, and then Mom passed away, so we took her cat because I promised her I'd take. I was supposed to take the dog too, but
Mhm.
we're Buster the way he is. We afraid he'd kill her because she's
Yeah.
hyper, and she bounces off the walls. She's not a Jack Russell. I still can't think what she is. She's got kind of. She gets long hair. You have to have her cut all the time. Uh, I can't even say the word.
A Shih Tzu.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A Shih Tzu. You're right.
Yeah. So my sister ended up taking her, so she's got her, and we got Miss Kitty.
Mm.
I got the big one that I can't pack to the vet in a carrier like this. Trying to pack her in. First time I ever took her in for Mom, I thought the vet was going to fall over. She said, and she got weighing her, she weighed 22 pounds. She stayed 22 pounds. When we first got her, were the other cats, we had to get her used to our cats because Mom didn't have no other cats. She just had Star and her. And so we put her upstairs. And every time one of the cats come upstairs, she run them back down the stairs. She wouldn't let them up there. It's like her territory, you weren't coming up there. So she chased them all back down. Well, she started losing weight running up and down the step. Well, now she gives up. She just lets them up there. So now she don't chase them. So she's put all of her weight back on them. And it's like, I told Dennis, I said, you get to take her to the vet because she's due for her shots. I said, I'm going to make an appointment and you get to take her because I can't pack her.
Mm-mm.
We had to buy another cage because all of our cats are small.
Well,
And we had a small cage.
I let Allison use my small doggy kennel to take her cat to the vet. The cat broke it.
Oh, dear Lord.
Broke the plastic, the whole top of it. She wanted out of there so bad. She was fighting the whole time she was inside there, and she cracked it. And she brings
goodness.
it back. She's like, I don't know if this was cracked before. I'm like, no, heck no, it was not cracked before. Now
I
it
can't
is.
remember which one of ours done that the first time we ever took it to the vet. I thought
But
it was going to kill itself in it. It was flipping and flopping and
Yeah.
going plumb crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to kill itself before I get it to the vet.
Yeah. And it was a hard, like the airline
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of.
we got one of them.
Yeah.
We carry Miss Kitty in.
I could not believe she broke that.
Because that's the only one we can get big enough for her. Because these little ones that you carry like on your shoulder, that's the one we got for our cats.
Yeah.
You can't put her in them. She's too big.
Well,
Because for Mom's, I'd had to take her in a cage. It was like a dog cage.
And I was
back of my car.
I was going to suggest she get one of those, cardboard carriers from the vet to use, but she would have tore through that, no problem.
Yeah, she'd tear that up in a heartbeat. Then.
Yeah, if she could break that hard plastic one.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my
Something
goodness.
gets wrong with her. She'll just die, I guess.
Well, Allison was ready to find her another home if she caused any trouble with the baby. And I was afraid of her getting in there trying to smother the baby.
Yeah.
But she don't want nothing to do with that baby. She just wants her mama. And as long as her mama is there,
gives her attention. Yeah.
But now when her and her husband first got together, the cat would meow to her husband like it was hungry. So he would feed it. But my daughter was also feeding it. So after a while, they found out They were both feeding her.
I'm feeding her. That's why then she got so big. Now,
Yeah.
Miss Kitty don't eat a whole lot, though. We put very little food down for her, and I don't understand. I guess because where she lays all day. She gets up in the window, watches outside, watches everything. She'll come downstairs every now and then. She don't come down very often. So,
Well, and I'm sure when she's gone all day at when she's teaching, I'm sure that
Yeah.
cat is laying in the bed or in the
Yeah,
windowsill. She don't do nothing,
Yeah,
you know.
Michelle says she doesn't. She's out there in the window or on the couch or in the bed.
She only moves
it's
around
like
because
mine. Mine lays around.
if you go from room to room, she'll get up and go room to room. But if Allison like gets in her bed and watches TV in there or something like that, the cat just stays in there and
Well,
go nowhere.
mine lays. I've got 2 in here now. The rest of them's outside. Well, now I got 4 in here because Stu's upstairs with them. The baby, and I call her the baby because she's the smallest one of them. Our little calico, she's the smallest cat we got. And everybody thinks she's still a kitten. It's like, no, she's 13 years old. All the rest of them, Buster's laying in the living room floor, sound asleep. He's like, it's peace and quiet here. I get some sleep tonight. Kids ain't running all over me.
Oh, bless his heart.
He loves when they go to school because he can sleep all day because he stays
Yeah,
up most of
Because
the
it's
night.
quiet all day.
Learning. Yeah, he's loving it now, boy. He's in there sound asleep. Like, I'm gonna get rest while I can. Because once I go upstairs, he'll lay at the bottom steps, and every little noise he hears, he gets up.
Yeah. Well, he's on duty then.
Yeah. So he has to get his rest during the day. Big old baby. He's mean, but he's my baby. Everybody's like, how do you deal with that dog? He's so big headed. I say, he don't bother me.
Well, that's like Chloe. She acts mean to everybody else, but she's not mean to me.
Yeah.
You know.
No, somebody, he tries to rip the door off when somebody comes to it, believe me.
My little maintenance man is afraid of him, but
Yeah.
I think he's just never been around dogs because I'm like, she's more afraid of you than you are of her. I mean, you know, she's not going to like do anything. She's just going to bark at you, make
Oh,
you
Lord,
think
we
she's
have
gonna
to
do something.
we have to be right beside him if we have anybody come here.
Oh, I don't doubt that
Yeah, because
because he looks like he'd get
Yeah.
angry real fast.
yeah. So, but I got tickled because the guy next door, he rents his house, and they come over. They fixed something. He was at work. Well, Buster's over here trying to tear the door off, and then COVID was over there just a barking and barking and barking, and he goes, I don't know if I should go in there. And I'm like, I said, he's in a cage. He won't bother you. I said, he said, well, what kind of dog is he? And I said, a Great Dane. He said, oh, no. I said, he's in a cage. He's not big. He's still a pup. And he about died when he seen him. He said, a pup? I said, Joe, he's big, tall, but he ain't big,
Yeah,
broad.
yeah.
And so after all COVID does is like this. He loves everybody. COVID does.
Mhm.
And I said, if he did get a hold of you, all he's going to do jump up on you and lick you down. And I said, but he can't get to you because they keep him in a cage while they're gone. Because I made him a bed. They bought him a bed and he tore it up. So I went and made him a big one because he does recliners, fixes recliners, lazy boys and all that.
Mhm.
And he gets foam all the time. So I took this foam and they bought material, and so I made him a big old bed. He tore that bed up that night, tore it all to pieces, digging at it.
Chloe
It was
can't have
in-
it. Especially
Little
if
tiny pieces.
but if it's tufted like with a button or even just she will mess with it until she gets it open, and then she'll take all the foam, all the stuffing out.
Oh,
She's
Lord.
tough. She's probably torn up 10 beds.
Oh Lord! Now,
Until I
see,
finally
Buster
said,
loves his bed.
you can have
He-
2 blankets in there. You can lay on one and cover up with the other one. You don't need a bed. She's horrible.
But Buster, he don't he's never dig at it or nothing. His bed.
She'll do the same thing with the pillow. If she realizes that the pillow has got stuffing in it,
Now see, that's what Buster bed is. It's two like big pillows that you put on furniture outside.
mhm,
Um, I need to take them and put them together and make him one long one so he can lay on it. But most of the time he just lays on one with his head over to the side. He don't want it up on the pillow.
yeah. But that's exactly what Chloe would do. She would chew it up.
Well,
And
COVID
a lot
shit
of her,
it is.
a lot of her stuffed animal toys, she's done that too.
Now he will the material ones. He'll rip it all to pieces when he's playing with it.
Especially if it's got a
That's why-
squeaker.
Yeah, he don't like
If
the
it's got a
squeakers in it.
squeaker, she will get that squeaker out.
Yeah, he does not like the squeakers.
Mm.
So we have to buy him like the hard balls with the ropes on them and stuff for him to play with. Because you can't buy him. We bought him like a couple at the Dollar Tree, them cloth ones to see how he done. Oh, he had them ripped all to pieces.
Yeah.
Chewing on them, pulling on them.
Allison got her.
Like, nope.
These they're like a stuffed animal, but it doesn't have stuffing in it. It's just flat. But it has like that crinkly paper inside of it. And they do have a squeaker though. But anyway, sometimes she'll have one in her kennel at night or even in the bed with us. And I'll hear that crinkling and I'll think, oh my God, what has she got into? But it's just that toy. But it makes a sound like, you think, oh, did I leave potato chips sitting somewhere? Or
Yeah. Now
any
see,
kind of
he's got a
wrap
bed
or
like that. I bought him a bed that's
Mhm.
got that crinkling stuff in it. It's like for heat.
I gotta get a
to
pillow.
hold
My
their-
butt's getting sore.
to hold their body heat in, and like in the winter.
Uh-huh.
And he will not sleep on it. He won't have nothing to do with it because it makes that noise.
Well, Chloe has
So,
to have cover. She
I had
has
to give him
cover
back
up.
his pillow. Now our little Yorkie was that way. He had to have a cover.
Oh, that's better.
He had to have a cover with him
yeah,
wherever he
well,
laid.
Chloe's got to have a cover no matter what, and if you don't let her have a cover, she'll paw at you.
Give
She's
her
just
one.
like pawing at you, like, "Come on, let me get something."
Yeah.
It's like, "Come on."
Our little Chihuahua, he always had to, he froze to death. He was so tiny. And then our Yorkie, he had to have a cover all the time. He'd lay under with his little head sticking out.
Yeah, Chloe takes it. It doesn't matter if it's like a little throw or if it's like a king size bed
Yeah.
blanket. It doesn't matter. She will take it and she'll make it into this like a cocoon. And she gets down in the middle of it and then she gets completely covered, but she wants her nose sticking out the end of it. And then when she hears something, she sticks her head out,
Head out.
sucks it back like a turtle, But she has got to have
Buster, he don't care for a blanket. I've tried to cover him up, and he gets out from under it. He
I
don't.
think it's the kind of dog, different breeds
Yeah.
like to do that,
Yeah.
and some don't. I had
I don't know.
Chihuahuas that would do it, and I've never had just a regular Dachshund, so I don't know if they do it or not, but she
Yeah.
definitely does. But she was so tiny when I got her, I would like wrap her up in the blanket because it was
Yeah.
to keep her from getting too cold and stuff. And she was just a little bitty thing. Those people-
Buster, if I sit in the floor, he tries to sit in my lap where I used to hold him when he's little. He'll come right over and sit on my lap, and it's like, you can't sit on me, you're too big.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
you're
I
not a
used to-
baby no more.
I used to lay her on my chest, and then even like when she got big enough, she could eat the little tiny milk bones. She'd get it up there on my chest, and she'd eat it. So now that she's, 12, 13 pounds, she'll come with a big old bone, and she'll want, and I'll be like, I'm not ready to sit down, and she's like, sit down, I'm ready to get on you and eat my bone.
Get up there.
And I'm like, get in your kennel. You can eat it in there. You ain't got to
Yeah.
eat it on me.
I got a friggin' fly that will not leave me alone.
But she's funny now. Since I'm not in there in the bed, she's not in the bed right now. She's in her kennel, even though the door's open and she can get in the bed. She won't go in that bed if I'm not in the bed.
Not
But as
in the
soon as
bed.
I get in the bed, here she comes.
Yeah.
But if I'm
That's
not
the
in
way-
there, she's just as happy in her kennel.
Yeah.
But if I'm in there, she got to be laying by me.
I've never put one in a kennel. Never had.
I did it with her for the simple fact because she was so tiny, and
Yeah.
I was gone all day at work and I didn't want her to get into trouble, get hurt or anything. And then after a
Yeah.
little while, it was like, that's her safety zone. That's her place.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't get rid of it if I wanted to.
Well, the reason I never put one in is because we got a little chihuahua for somebody and they kept it in the kennel all the time. And she ended up having heart troubles from it, where they kept her caged up all the time.
Mhm.
And I just couldn't do it after that. I was like, I can't put one in a kennel. I
Well-
said, even though, I mean, I know, but they was gone all the time and I'm like, why do you want her if you're going to keep her in
Yeah.
a cage all the time?
Yeah.
You don't need her. And we finally talked them into giving her to us.
Uh-huh.
And we never did
But
let her
she's-
get in the cage again. But she tried to go. We brought the cage here in case she wouldn't sleep on a bed or something. And she would go get in it, but we'd leave the door open to where she could learn that she could come out of the cage.
Yeah.
Till we
That's
finally
how
got her
Chloe
broke from it.
Yeah. Because even if I leave her loose in my bedroom and she's got her food and water in there, I'll still go in there and she'll be in the kennel. But the door is
Yeah.
open. She can come out if she wants to.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I just have her in there. But if I'm having company and they're not dog people, or like if the baby's going to be here now that she's toddling around, I don't let her be
Yeah.
loose with her. But the rest of the time, she's running loose, annoying me to no small end. She likes to, she doesn't like the neighbors to come or go. She doesn't like it if they open their car door or nothing. I'm like, they're
That's like
allowed.
Buster. If he's outside, nobody's allowed to walk up and down the sidewalk. He runs them up. He don't bark at them, but he'll run back and forth like I'm going to get you. Or he'll be in the backyard. He scared this poor one guy to death. This guy was about right at our fence. He's walking closer to our fence. Here come Buster running out of the backyard. I mean, flying. He ran into the fence. He's running so fast. Scared that poor guy. He thought that he was coming through the fence. He said, I thought that dog had me. And I said, no, you're not allowed to walk on the sidewalk. I'm sorry.
That's
goes,
how she is.
he said, all I could see was this big black thing coming at me, And he said, I was imagining he was 10 times bigger than he was.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, she likes to sit there by my patio door and just watch people walk up and down the sidewalk or whatever. And I mean, she barks at them all the time, even though they know, she knows who they are, that they belong there. It doesn't matter. She barks anyway. She just,
That's Buster. He barks at Nathaniel every time Nathaniel comes home. He don't Desiree, but he does Nathaniel. That's the funny part. Don't bark at her, but if Nathaniel comes, because he's used to Nathaniel coming through the back into the front, and if he barks out front and comes in, Buster barks at him. It's like, you know who that is, and then he'll just sit there and look at him, then he quits barking, like, okay, I know who you are.
It's like, you're not using the approved door now.
Yeah. It's like, you're not coming in the way you're supposed to. And he hates anybody in a hat. I can wear
really?
a hat. It won't bother him. But anybody comes here in a hat, oh my God, he'll try to eat them up. What it was, Dennis had this friend that's no longer with us. He passed away. But when he was little, he hit him with the hat. Oh man, me and him went round and round over that. And ever since then, he don't like anybody with a hat on.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. And I'm like, you had no right. He said, well, he was growling at me. And I said, well, you don't hit a dog when it's growling at you anyway, stupid. I'm like, so when he come over after he got big, I said, you come around him. He wouldn't come in the yard after that unless he was in the house.
But I
I told him,
mean,
I said, I'll sick
he's
him
at
on
your
you.
house.
Yeah.
The guy's at your house, and your
Yeah.
dog is growling at him, and
Yeah.
your dog's the problem.
Yeah.
And
Me and him
no,
went round and round. I said, buddy, you ever lay a hand on my dog again? And I said, I promise you, you're going to be 6 foot under the ground. I said, you had no right to do that. He
that's
goes,
your dog.
well, if your dog bites me, I'll kill it. And I said, and then you really will be 6 foot under the ground because my dog's where it's supposed to be. You're not.
That's right. And your dog is doing what a dog is supposed to do.
I said, and he's just a puppy. Just imagine what he's going to be when he gets grown. And then when he got grown, he's like, okay. He was scared of him then. I said, yeah. I said, you better be scared of him because he don't like you anyway. And there's this other guy that comes around here every night, and he despises that man. He's never done anything to him, but he just despises that guy. I don't know what it is. I said, they can usually tell bad people, but he just, I don't know. He goes off the deep end. He knows he's here before we know he's here.
Yeah.
And it's like something's going on with him that he don't like him.
Well,
he goes, your dog don't like me, does he? And I said, no.
But you need to listen to that because
yeah,
the dog knows.
Yeah, I told Dennis, I said, he's bad news, I'm telling you.
Yeah, something's not right.
Buster's told you that. I said, I know he's never done nothing to Buster, but he's bad news.
Yeah. We used to live out in the country and had a fence around the house. And we had a German Shepherd and a little bitty Chihuahua. And the way the porch was, the German Shepherd had dug on the back side of that porch, dug down in the ground. And he would lay in there. Well, this guy was coming over to see my husband about something, and we had a beware dog sign on the fence. And my husband told him, he told him, do not come in the yard. Let me know when you're here, and I'll come and let you in. Well, the guy he looks. First, he don't see no dog at all. So he starts coming in. As soon as he started to open the gate, here comes the Chihuahua barking. Then the guy starts laughing, like, oh, you got this big old sign for this little tiny dog. About that time, here comes the German Shepherd from the side of the porch, jumps over the porch. The little Chihuahua gets behind the man and is jumping up and biting him in his calves. And the German Shepherd is growling and, and here my husband comes out on the porch and my husband's like, man, I told you not to come in my yard. And he's like, but I didn't see any dog. And then I saw that little bitty dog. And he's like, that's the dog you got to watch out for is that little bitty dog. That big dog's only going to hold you off and let us know you're there. That little dog don't care. He's going to bite you,
That's where I was.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they walk in our yard and we got signs out back and out front that says, beware of dog. Mm-hmm. Most of them will watch, like the postal guys and stuff. I've always told them, like FedEx and stuff, if the door's shut, he's inside with us. Very seldom he's outside without one of us being outside with him.
Yeah.
And so they'll, if the door's shut, they'll bring it. If not, then they'll holler at me and I'll go out, because they've learned we got a big dog. Yeah. I always put our order package, beware a big dog on for instructions. Mm-hmm. And, but we've had people come here, walk right in that door, and Buster was outside one time, and we had some young boy come here, something about the electric, trying to get you to switch over electrics or something. He had him pinned on the porch. I told him, I said, did you not see our sign? What sign? I said, it's right there. You cannot miss it. I walked him around and showed him. I said, see? He goes, oh, I didn't pay attention. Mm-hmm. I said, you'll pay attention from now on. When it says beware a dog, that means don't walk in somebody's yard, people.
That's right. My husband used to do heating and air conditioning work, and he would have all kinds of stuff in the back of his truck, to go and work on stuff. And he would take the dog because he'd ride that dog around since it was a puppy. And so the dog would always, when he got in the truck to go somewhere, that dog would jump in the back of the truck. He was ready to ride. Well, so my husband's in the store one time, and the dog's laid down in the back of the truck, right? And this guy's walking up beside the truck, and he sees some of the tools and stuff in there. So I guess he thinks he's going to reach his hand in there and grab something. But before he could even get his hand up, here's the dog. And the dog didn't try to lunge at him, didn't try to bite him. He was just standing there on that wheel well, barking his butt off at him.
Yeah.
Here comes my husband, and the man's like, man, get your dog, get your dog. He said, my dog is in my truck. You get away from my dog.
I know the police was out here one night, and they was on the sidewalk, and Buster was out there barking at him. This one little cop looked at me. He said, ma'am, can you put your dog in the house? And I'm thinking, he's behind the gate. He ain't bothering you.
And this is his yard. Thank you very much. And what are you doing out here?
I said, he's doing his job.
Good. That's right. He might catch the guy.
Well, I need you to put your dog in the yard. And I'm thinking, you ain't coming in my yard. So
do you need to come into my yard? Because if you don't, my dog's not going in.
Yeah. And so Eli put him in the.
When they see a big dog.
Yeah. I think you're a police officer. You're supposed to be adjusted to stuff like this.
Yeah, you're not supposed to let stuff distract you.
And I'm like.
And you should be happy if there's a criminal to apprehend. That dog will get them before anybody else gets them.
Yeah. And I'm like.
And our dog never bit. He never bit anyone. But he would make you think he was going to bite you.
Now, Buster has bit Dennis. But as far as anybody else, he ain't bit nobody. But he did bite Dennis when he was younger. But Dennis set him straight, so he don't offer to bite Dennis.
Well, Chloe's nipped me a couple times, but it's because the way her jaw is messed up.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, she can clamp down on you. And she might be playing, and I've done like that where I've like pushed my hand towards her and stuff, and she's like to like nip at my hand, but because of the way her jaw is, she's clamped down on me. It's like, no, we don't bite me.
I got this one fly. I swear I catch it. I got my fly swatter ready for it.
Yep, you're ready to get it.
It keeps getting on my face and my nose, and it's like I can't hit myself on the face. But I'm about ready to, because it's driving me nuts. Now it won't come around since I got my fly swatter out. Oh yeah, you little bugger. They can see me on here trying to catch flies like she's seeing things. I know there's a fly. Where are you? Buster, you let a fly in? Now it won't come around. Every time I get it out, I can't catch it. There you are. Okay, where'd you go now? Like laying on my computer.
I guess everybody's sleeping or something.
Yeah.
We got to do better. We got to get them to get on here and participate.
Yeah. Maybe we need to have them earlier. You think? Maybe like 5:30?
Well,
I hate to do that because people's having dinner and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I was just going to say. Then you got people having dinner, and then if you have it too late, you got people having to go to work.
Work, yeah.
I mean,
I know.
yeah.
One of them used to have mine at 2 o'clock, and she'd have all kinds of people in there. I'm like, I ain't getting up no 2 o'clock in the morning to have a live stream. Not doing
it. I'm not going to either. I mean, I might be still up at 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, but
yeah. I'm like, nope.
No. And they don't have to watch it because we don't technically even have to go live. I mean, we could just do videos, but I like to go live though. It's fun.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. I'm talked out. I want this flag.
And that's why I call it a show. See right there, it says you're in the show.
So, oh, yeah.
Everyone can see and hear you. It's like, don't do nothing stupid. You're on.
Yeah, even though we do stupid stuff all the time.
Yeah.
It's like,
I hope I can clip that crazy part. That's gonna be fun.
Make you a short on that one. Say,
Mm-hmm.
go crazy for real life happens.
Yeah. See what happened? Real life happened. Oh, it happened to me. Oh my God.
Make a short of that one.
If we tried to be serious, we couldn't do it.
No, because something always happens.
If we were like, okay, we're not going to laugh. We're not going to, we're just going to be serious, like a news reporter or something, just really serious. It wouldn't, something would go wrong. Something would happen to make us laugh. And then we'd be like, okay, we blew that.
Yeah, we blew that one.
We're not serious this time.
Yeah.
We'll be serious
next time we will be serious, people. Don't know how long, but we'll be serious.
Oh, gosh.
We'll try to be anyway. All we can do is try.
That's right.
Even though it don't happen.
And did you see on the Facebook group, I had to put a statement on there saying I made a mistake. And I said, but I'm woman enough to admit when I make a mistake. I posted the answer, the trivia question with the answer before I posted the question. Because I've been doing the question, and then the next day I do the question with the answer.
Yeah.
Today I posted the question with the answer, and tomorrow I guess it's going to just have the question. So I just got my dates backwards. So I was like, okay, I have to admit I did a boo-boo. And Patricia said, if that's the only mistake you make, you're doing good,
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but that made me feel so stupid because I've been watching so careful when I schedule them, to make sure I'm putting the answer on the next day. So they get the question one day, and then they get the question and the answer the second day. But no, not me.
Maybe you need to make it short like that, a trivia question. Make it short. The short trivia question, and then the next day put the question on with the answer. Say, did you get it right?
Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a good idea.
Yeah.
I like making the shorts though. Them's fun. I can even do them on my phone. I'm learning on my phone.
Oh, Rhonda and Julia said that they went to see Top Gun with the family. Oops. And it was good. And now they're at Waffle House eating. But they're very sorry they missed our live.
And I'm starving to death. And they're talking about being at the Waffle House eating. See how they are? Thank you, Rhonda.
We will forgive you this once.
Yeah, this one time. But don't tell us you're eating again if you're out somewhere. Because we sit here and starve. Even though we don't have to starve. But I'm just too lazy to get up and go get something to eat. My neighbor's got a big fire out back.
Oh.
I call him my little firebug next door.
Is this the same one that does the fireworks? Or no, that's Mandy's husband.
No, that's Mandy's husband. No. He got burned up one night out there. Throwing gas on it, and it backfired on him. It burned his leg real bad. And then you'll hear... He ain't learned a lesson because he still throws gas on it. I said, you ain't learned nothing, have you? I call him a little firebug. He goes, yep, gotta have fire. He said, I gotta get it big. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to burn you up one day. You gotta get it big.
Got to get it big enough to burn the house down.
House down, yeah.
The
I told him, I
heat
said, you're gonna burn you're gonna burn our whole neighborhood down one day.
Oh my gosh.
I was sitting here one night and all of a sudden on my cameras, because I got the cameras up, all it done was went. And I'm like, what in the world? And then I seen him with the fire, and I'm like, he's over again, little firebug. I got him next morning. I said, trying to burn the neighborhood down again, ain't you? He started laughing at me. I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know about you. You on your bed now? I know you want the other kitty cats in, ain't it? Past time for them to come in? Huh? He counts them when they come in.
Make sure there's not extra. He'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, that'd be my snack.
Yeah. He's looking around for them like, where are they all? Well, there's two of them laying on the porch. I don't know where the other two are. They're probably in the yard laying. I've only got two that wanders off. And then they don't wander but a couple doors over and they come back. Everybody's like, how do you keep your cats in the yard? I said, I train them like a pup, like you would a pup when they're babies. You start them from the time they're tiny. And you train them to stay in the yard. When they go out of the yard, you bring them back in. That's what we done to ours, and they all stay in the yard. Except for the two. They'll go a couple doors down to get attention, and then they come back. Because the kids down there like cats. And they'll give them attention, and then they'll come back home. Like, because everybody, like, do you got them on a rope or something? I'm like, nope, ain't got them on the rope. Don't have to keep them on a rope.
And they don't care when Buster comes outside and they're out there. They're just like, oh, well.
Yeah, they don't pay a bit attention to him. They'll rub up against him, love on him, go on. He licks them, and after he licks them, they have to go on because they're soaking wet. Because he licks them right up their face like, look.
Mm.
He done that to Trixie one time. She's like, I guess he's trying to give her a kiss, and like that big old tongue, her little old head. I'm like, God, you soaked her. That's why you can't give him a cotton ball or a material ball, because he gets it nasty and slimy, and then he wants you to bring it, throw it to him, and I'm like, I don't want to touch it.
That's how our German Shepherd was.
It's like,
and he dropped it in the water. He would drop it in the water, drink some water, and then pick it back up, and then come to you with it just dripping.
It's like, it's slimy. No, I'm not putting it in my hands. I'm not throwing it. No.
Yeah.
Go get you another one.
And he'd sometimes try to bring it in, sneak it in the house. Because I'd be like, you have balls for outside and balls for inside. Because I don't want that.
Eli and them try to play ball with him in here. And I'm like, he sounds like he's tearing the house down when he runs across our wood floors, because our floors are old. Our house is 100-some years old. And it sounds like he shakes the whole house. Our dining room, it shakes.
You know, I've got one over there for the baby. It's a rubber ball, but it's about this big around, but you normally can get them like at Walmart or something. Just plastic.
Yeah.
Well, no, not the spike one. Just a regular rubber. Anyway, the German Shepherd would take, in one bite, he'd try to grab that ball, and instead of grabbing it, he would puncture it, and it would be deflated.
That's what Buster does. You can't give him nothing like that.
So Allison couldn't have those kind of balls growing up.
Yeah.
The dog
Buster tries
to,
yeah. Yeah, Natalie had a little Mickey Mouse one about this big. It's pink. It had Mickey Mouse on it, Minnie Mouse. She threw it at him, and he picked it up. And
I even got a really big one, because I thought, well, it must be because they're, small. I'll get the big one. No, he did that too.
Well, I'm gonna have to go get the cats in. He's having a fit.
All right. Well,
He keeps walking to the door like, "Go get the cat. Go get the cat."
okay. If I make a
He's ready
funny
to go to
short
bed.
tomorrow, I'll let you know to look at it.
Oh, okay. Well, you all have a good night. Anybody
Okay.
in chat, have a
You
good night.
too.
We'll see you next time.
All right.
All right.
Good
Bye.
night. Let's see.
Wait a minute. I gotta in the live.